you've talked about Guardians and Gamora. I'm curious, like, did you know from the second you walked in the room that this was not for you, or was it only through kind of the process, like as it sunk in, like this,
As
I
it
can't,
sunk in,
yeah.
because I was very, um, I was really scared of the idea of being stuck and painted a different color, because of the amount of time that the X-Men people had been, because I was working out with the same trainer that trained a bunch of people who were doing X-Men.
Oh,
And
I remember Jennifer's talking to me after each film, that makeup process she talked a lot about.
so that's literally,
Yeah.
I had said to my agents, I was like, okay, um, it was a really giant opportunity. I had just met James, like in person. It was wonderful. He's wonderful. Um, Apparently someone said that he didn't remember it or wasn't true. And I was like, oh,
Wait a second.
I was like, it's definitely true. And I was definitely got the offer for it. And I definitely milled over it for like
Yeah.
a couple days. But I don't know. I I didn't want to live in London for 6 months out of the year for whatever reason. There was another movie that I really wanted to do with Seth MacFarlane called A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Right.
It felt like a really good opportunity. I didn't want to be blue, but let's also remember being a part of a Marvel movie, the first Marvel movie that bombs, ain't good for your career.
Right.
I thought that because this was about a talking tree and a talking raccoon, that it was going to be Marvel's first bomb and that Chris Pratt and I would never work again. Well, I was wrong. I was
But that
wrong.
logic tracks. That line of thinking is not insane.
I was just being smart,
Yes.
not brave. And you know what? James Gunn is a genius and he's fun and he's a wonderful filmmaker and he can actually make anything work. But I was way too scared. I was at a precarious moment in my career and I didn't want to suffer for the work. And I
Right.
think sitting there for 4.5 hours every morning and every night just seemed like it wasn't going to be fun. I just didn't want to do it because I had done some green screen stuff and it wasn't my bet and my
Right.
cup of tea. And I don't regret any decision that I made. I made it for myself in the moment that I made it. It was good for me then and it's good for me now. And I also think the people that make that, Zoe and Chris and everybody who's part of that movie are having the best time. It worked for them. And I love that. And I love that I was able to, stay with my gut.